here again, talking about mindset and online business and how they intersect and the difficulties that can come with it, from it, interwoven with it, all that stuff. I've worked with many other life coaches, therapists, personal coaches, like all that stuff to get out of the workforce and really take control of their business. What mindset is, right? And how mindset's developed and how you can grow your own mindset. So as you're building an online business in particular, it's really important to focus on the process of what you're doing versus the outcome that you're looking to achieve, because you have no control over the outcome. You don't, right? So if you're building online and you're building your audience, you have no control over how many people come into your audience. You have no control how many people come into your Facebook group. You have no control however many people follow you on social media apps, right? You have no control over any of that. What you have control over is how you show up and your process for showing up, the information that you're sharing, who you are as a person, what you're comfortable sharing, what you're not comfortable sharing what you're learning, like all of that stuff, you have full control over that process. So if you spend your time focusing on your process, developing non-negotiables, showing up the days that are important for you to show up, it will all keep moving forward. It's like if you only focus on the outcome, if you only focus on the dollar amount you're going to make every single day or every single month, right? Your monthly goal. If you only focus on that, it's almost like you're pushing it further and further away because you're not focusing on the process that's going to get you there. And that's the most important thing. Also, by focusing on the process, you are really showing up present for people. So you're going to, if you're engaging in conversations, you're not going to be asking the same question like tomorrow that you asked today. Like for me, there's nothing more frustrating. If I'm having a conversation with someone and they asked me yesterday, like where I am in my process, where I am in my business, and I answer that, and then they come back at me the next day and they ask me the same question, conversation's done, right? I don't have time, and you shouldn't have time to continue to ask someone the same question over and over again. So your process in building your online business should be showing up for each individual person that is coming into your world. That's going to scale as your business scales. But in the early stages, you have the ability to show up really like intimately and build strong relationships with people. And if your process is honed out, say you're having 10 conversations with someone today and they're engaged in the conversations and you're having it like through Messenger or whatever it is that you use to have conversations. If you feel like that process of 10 people is too overwhelming, engage with 5 people. Stay on track with the conversation. As your business scales, there are products that you can subscribe to that help you keep everything organized so you know where you're at in the relationship building conversation process. As your business scales, your processes are going to scale. Your systems that you need are going to scale because you're going to get too busy. And let's face it, if you're building an online business, we're all doing it for financial reasons. That's just a no-brainer. It is not possible to have 50 quality conversations every single day. It's not possible. You're going to run yourself too ragged. You're not going to be listening to what the people are saying or asking of you. You're going to half-ass your answers. Your process of building an online business requires you to be present. People don't want to feel like they're not a priority. to you. Because honestly, people don't really care about you. People that come into your world and you build friendships in your business, you may build accountability groups, you may build a really good tight knit group or following. You may come to care about those people, but in general, people don't care about you. They care that you're honest, they care that you're authentic, they care that you're genuine, and they care about what you can do for them. So if your process is one of consistency, showing up, being mindful about your conversations with people, that's going to convey to people that you truly care about their success. Versus if they send you this paragraph of questions that they may have, so your process is being mindful, being present, being proactive, focusing on that one question, answering that one question thoughtfully and purposefully, that's going to keep people in your ecosystem. That's going to keep people showing back up. If you find that you're getting the same question over and over again, one of the things in your process could be you answer the masses with a video. Go create a video. Answer those questions or question, then tag them on it. So that way, your process is you're maximizing your time, you're maximizing your energy that you're giving to your community, and you're thoughtfully and authentically providing them with the information that they're seeking. Map out what your model process looks like. So that way you can look at it and you can be like, all right, I'm doing all of this over here, and then it's supposed to go over here. You can look at your process, and if your process isn't working, your process mapped out, and the outcome isn't being obtained, you can go back to like the learn, do, teach model. That is a really great way to build up blinders on imposter syndrome. Really great way to keep yourself out of comparitis puddles. Really keep yourself out of feeling burnt out as well. Your process is to show up every day for 30 minutes, and you're going to read a book, you're going to watch some videos, you're going to watch a training, whatever it is for 30 minutes. And then process number 2 is you're going to create content. What platforms are you going to create content on? Is it written? Is it video? Is it a combination of both? You're reaching out to somebody and you're engaging in a conversation. If you're only ever doing all of those and your outcome bucket isn't being met, your outcome bucket could be you're sending someone to the product that you're promoting. However you do that, right? Whether it's a sales funnel, a Google Doc, just a link that you send them to your sales funnel, however that is, a video that you do, like training that you do, free thing that you do, like whatever you bucket process. So you're doing the learn, do, teach model. You're learning, you're doing something about it, which is you're creating content that is then teaching people what it is that you're learning and how they can benefit from it. So therefore, if nobody is raising their hand and asking for that document or asking what it is or how it is or where it is that you've learned from, then you know that you need to do something to get them from 3 to 4. And what is that, right? What is that? What is that additional thing that you need to add to your process? So this keeps you really streamlined. This keeps you on task. This keeps you from truly getting burnt out. You can look at what it is that you're doing and where it's getting jammed up, where the gap is. So also focusing on the process, it allows you to work on your copywriting, because copywriting is really important. Marketing is the key for success, right? So learning your marketing voice, what your marketing voice is, and how can you change that? Is your video content getting engagement? If it is, why? If it isn't, why? If your audience isn't growing, why? Because you're not creating content that people are interested in watching. It's not because of you as a person. It's just everyone's instant gratification. They want everything immediately, now, tomorrow, yesterday. They don't want to wait for tomorrow. They want it yesterday. They don't even know what they want, but they want it yesterday. So focusing on that process and having a really clear plan allows you to work purposefully. It allows you to work mindfully, right? And it allows you to know when you're doing too much. And that's really going to help you decrease burnout. Do you enjoy what you're doing? Are you enjoying the process or not? That could be part of the problem too, is you're not enjoying what it is that you're doing. So keep in mind, when you're using the learn, do, teach model, you are teaching from your point of knowledge. So sometimes the language that you're using in your marketing isn't language that other people are aware of what it actually even means. So you could be missing the target on that. I've heard various different people say that, like, when you write and create content, you should do it for a fifth grade level of reading, understanding, comprehension, because anything above that tends to be a little bit more like specialized. And if you're using industry only terms like sales funnel, a lot of people don't know what the hell a sales funnel is. I think if you use website, but a sales funnel is not a website. Some people say it is, some people say it's not. Be aware and be conscious of your verbiage, because that makes a huge difference in connecting with people. Want to touch base on imposter syndrome? If you're feeling like an imposter in your business and what you're doing, chances are you're comparing yourself that is steps ahead of you, maybe many stairwells ahead of you, and you're also sitting in a place that chances are that you do not feel worthy of being in the spot that you're in right now. So say you've gained some success online, you've had a couple of sales, how big or how small they are, doesn't really matter. Success is success. And then a week goes by and not one, hardly any people come into your community, hardly any people follow you, people aren't answering your stuff. So then you're like, oh, that's it. This process doesn't work. I suck at it. Like all the negative things that you're probably going to be saying to yourself. That's all your mindset. So again, focusing on your process, focusing on showing up and sharing authentically where you're coming from, how long you've been doing it, who you've learned it from, right? Don't be afraid of saying who you've learned it from. These are, I hear a lot of people say they're really so sick of people and I understand it. I understand it because the goal is for you to gain leads, gain customers, gain prospects, whatever it is that you call them. I call them community members because people that come into my community, we're community members. I want to grow a community. I want to grow a strong community. I want to get to know people. I want people to get a chance to know me. You're being genuine. You're not using slimy tactics, bait and switch, like all that stuff. That's really all they care about. And also too, if people come into your community, share them with other people, right? There are billions of people in this world. There's enough people to go around, right? You don't need to feel like, hey, I was talking to that person, like you stole that person from me. Be thankful that they're succeeding and they're going to achieve their goals. Again, not focusing on the outcome, not focusing on what you want your outcome to be. You're focusing on the process. And the process is delivering a message to as many people as you can deliver it to, in hopes that what it is that you have to offer them is going to change their lives. So a lot of people get really freaked out about sales, right? And if you're in online business, if you're an entrepreneur, you're going to have to engage in sales, right? There's just no way around that. If you want to make money, you're going to have to engage in sales. So think about it like this. If you went to a store and you bought a kick-ass pair of boots, you put them on, they feel like the best fitting boot you've ever bought. They're beautiful color, beautiful material. They don't give you blisters on your heels. Your feet don't swim around in them, like all that stuff. So you're wearing those boots and you connect with your best friend. Maybe you're going out somewhere and having a good time. Where in the world did you get those boots from? Are you going to jump right in and go, yeah, they were $79? No. You're going to tell them about the store that you got them from. You're going to tell them about probably a great deal that you bought them. Maybe they were on clearance from last winter. You're going to tell them about the material. You're going to tell them about how they feel on your feet. You're going to tell them about the comfort. You're going to tell them what they don't do. They're not giving you a blister. You're going to tell them about all that stuff. That's the same thing that you're doing when you're building an online business, is you're telling your best friend about the product that you have purchased, that you've used, that you believe in, that you've gotten some results out of. Go back to the boots thing. You have nice, happy feet, right? Blister free. That's all you're doing. So if you really can break your process down to that simple and keep in mind that you're just sharing your passion for what it is that you've learned with your best friend, it's truly going to help you. It's going to help you a lot. So I would encourage all of you to map out the process and any gaps that might be coming up for you. And also too, once you have your process mapped out and you know exactly what it is you're doing and how you're doing it, right? You can keep doing the same thing over and over again because you know it works. When it stops working, you can go back, you can look at it, and you can say, shit, step number 3 is not working for me anymore. What's changed? Maybe the market has changed. The world climate has changed. Something has changed. So you can adapt it, you can tweak it, you can fine tune it, and you can start rolling again. I have consistent, stable, reoccurring income. So that's great. So then you can work on increasing that reoccurring income, right? Area in that process that you have to up your game a little bit, whether it's shifting your content a little bit. So as I build my personal brand, one of my processes is to just let people see me for who I am, right? I'm a single mom. I have almost 2 teenagers. I am a successful entrepreneur, have been since 2006. I bring a lot of things to the table, and my process is letting people all see that. I know what I'm willing to share in my personal brand, and there's really not anything that I'm really not willing to share about me. Keep in mind that you building your business is going to put pressure on your mindset. It's going to put pressure on your confidence. It's going to put pressure on how you show up. You're going to have the ebbs and flows. Some days are going to be better than others. What I have discovered personally for myself is I need 2.5 days off of social media. For 2.5 days a week, I do not go on social media all that much. Mainly on the weekends is when I do that, because I want to be present for my kids. And then usually, maybe it's actually it's more, actually, now that I think about it, it's more than 2.5 days a week, because Wednesdays are really long work day for me. So I don't usually engage too much on Wednesdays. So maybe more like 3.5 days a week. So I hope you have a great rest of your day, rest of your tomorrow, rest of your tonight, regardless of where you are in the world. Alrighty. Bye, everyone.